highlight for me at the event was having some interaction with some of the students that you've had. And I'd like you to talk a little bit about the fact that you guys make it a point to have students at this conference and maybe even talk about the program that you have in place to make that happen. And what did you hear from the students as well? So, twofold question to talk about the program itself and then what you heard from those students when you were there.
No, we do make it a point. Thanks for bringing that up. We do make it a point. We do fund the students through various, we have empowerment grants that specifically fund students at events. But we hear from students that if they can actually engage with the profession, with the professionals, that's where they find a lot of value. And I'll hear a lot of them will say, "Oh my gosh, I went to an event. I can't believe how supportive this profession is in the community. I switched my major to go to accounting because of that." I actually hear that from students. So we have a program that we just released. It's part of our leadership program. It is Spark, and so it's specifically for students. So they came and to the event and they had a separate track for themselves. They did integrate into some of the keynotes and some of the larger events, but they did have a separate track focused on them, what they need, hearing from different professionals, resume writing, how you show up, communication. That was part of their program. So we had 100 students this year, 50 the year before. Next year, I'd like to have 200 maybe, but it definitely creates more energy to the conference having them there. And they are, I was talking to one of I was on the AP and AS committee meeting yesterday, and one of them, our professional said, "I was so impressed with the students and the questions they asked me because they actually had questions prepared." They said, "I don't know if you did that for them, but they were very impressive." And so it gives me a lot of hope for the future because they really take the profession seriously and want to show up in a positive way. You asked me also what we heard from them, and I would say if you go on LinkedIn, I looked at their LinkedIn posts, and if I can, they had much better posts than I had. So I would say kudos to all of them, but they just how much it meant to them, the engagement, the opportunity to engage with other students, have a cohort, and also with professionals. At our CPA event, they did a post with a jet, and they had Cal CPA on the jet. We don't have our own private jet, but they put it on there, and they said like jet setting off to the conference. So their posts are fantastic, and like I said, if you can have them have great posts, then it says more than you could say.